Hey y'all, hey hey. Mars Pluto opposition today. The moon is in Leo. How is everyone feeling? I think we also have a Mars or a moon square Leo. Moon square Leo. That made no sense. Moon square Mercury today. Yeah, it's happening right now, so let's see. The Mars opposite Pluto will be exact on, oh Lord, we're still like a week away from it. It'll be the 3rd that it's exact. Hey, hey. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna take my hair clip out. So a lot of people have been asking me what is going on with the transits right now. And it's Mars opposite Pluto. It's Mars opposite Pluto. Are y'all feeling it already? Let's chat about it. Pretty intense energy, and it's a long transit. We also have the moon squaring in a trine with Chiron right now. And then I believe tomorrow or like early in the morning, the moon will square Uranus, adding some friction to fixed signs. I literally can't talk. I think that tells you everything about the moon square Mercury going on right now. Any Leo risings feeling it especially, or Leo placements in general? Or any fixed signs, really. I feel like fixed signs and cardinal signs are really experiencing, I mean, everyone's kind of feeling it, because we also have stuff in mutable signs that's not so comfy, not so fun. Hey, show Darlene. Manifester, I love it. I don't like my hair. I keep changing it. Taurus sun. Ooh, me too. Cancer moon and Gemini rising. Amazing. So I figure out what I want to do with my hair. Do you know your authority, Darlene? What is your authority? I recently met a new manifester. I typically attract a ton of manifestors. I don't know if this is like a manifesting generator thing, but I know so many manifestors, y'all. It's like kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Thanks for the likes. Splenic authority. Oh wow, that's super rare for a manifester. Life has felt tough. Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel like every day is like a battle. It's like an internal battle. Oh my god, expensive taste is also a manifester. Taurus rising. Oh, that's amazing. I wonder what's going on in your chart. It makes me curious. I need to make some tea or something. Hey, Mouse Photography. You did a reading for me not long ago. Amazing! That's awesome. What kind of reading was it? Was it just an astrology reading? Aries, Sag, Virgo. Love it. I feel like that's a good combo. Why the melting emoji face? Just an astrology or a chart reading. Okay, cool. That's exciting. Those are so fun. Gigi is a Sag moon, Libra rising, Aquarius sun. Oh my god, that's similar to me, except I'm a Taurus sun. But I'm also Libra rising, Sag moon. Just an astrology. Oh, what resonated about the astrology reading? Because I feel like the Cancer Mars is testing my faith in myself. Oh. Yeah, I feel that. Twins almost, yeah. My unconscious sun and human design is in Aquarius. And I have a lot of Aquarius placements in my unconscious human design, but not in my normal astrology chart. Taurus, Sun, Cancer, Moon, Gemini, Rising. Oh, okay, rad. You guys have the same big three? Expensive Taste and Darlene. We got a lot of people with Gemini stuff. We got some other Libra risings. Love it. Are y'all also planning a move or like feeling like you need to move or just having issues with home or family? Because that is a big theme of my life for this Mars Pluto opposition. Thank you. Is it Angelica? I can't read that font. Oh, I'm a Sag moon too. Moods have been everywhere. Yeah, I feel that. I forget what I said. Yeah, I want to move so bad, yeah. Oh, with Placidus. Yeah. You're 4th house Aquarius sun. Libra sun, Taurus moon, Scorpio rising. Ooh, you got moon in the 7th house. I need to move, literally, yeah. Same. I'm really hoping that, so I taught a lesson on, I did a bunch of videos on this, like maybe it was a year, or was that a year or 2 ago? I think it was like 2 years ago. That I posted a whole like series on how to use astrology to move. And basically you want to use your IC, and then I taught a lesson on this in my Become an Astrologer course that goes way deeper than my videos do. And I literally use that method. Every time I'm moving, I look at my chart and I'm like, okay, when is probably the best time to move? That's like more, that's just synchronistically aligned. Hey, House of a Duke, first time on the live, welcome. Yeah, I went live yesterday too, because honestly, I have been traveling for 6 weeks and I still have 3 more weeks of travel and I'm kind of like over it. So I've been wanting to go live a lot more and connect with y'all because I like am, I don't know, missing people. Love your content. Thank you. You saved me from a lot of bad days just by being more aware of my placements. That's amazing. I'm so glad to hear that. Hey, Caitlin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's kind of probably like, what time is it over there? Most of y'all are in the US, I assume. It's probably like midday. It's like 8 p.m. here. I'm in France. Je suis en France. I just found out I'm hitting my Saturn return. That's exciting. Oh, you're in Portugal, Bart? Amazing. New York, 2 p.m. Yep. Use your IC to find the timing. Yeah, the timing. Where is a bit more complicated. because you want to look at your astrocartography and also your relocation chart. But when I moved to where I love in the US and like want to stay there probably for the rest of my life, I was just going off intuition. I didn't know anything about astrology or astrocartography or anything like that. I was just going off of like where I had always been obsessed with and like loved, and that's where I moved to. And then turns out, yeah, my astrocartography and my relocation chart like backs it all up. So if you have a place in mind, that makes shit way more easier. Because astrocartography can be pretty overwhelming if you don't already have somewhere that you know you want to look at going to. And I teach this in my astrocartography class, and I just did a relocation chart class because they're two different things in my private community membership. But yeah, so your IC will tell you like the timing of when to move. So mine's in Capricorn, so usually when anything like transits through Capricorn, that's when I get really like that's when I always find places to move to. It just really like syncs up like that. And I talk about that in the lesson that I did on it, teaching you how to use that method in my Become an Astrologer course. Wait, I think I missed some. Saw that, thought Kelsey was reading mine out before I sent it. Oh, that's awesome. No, relocation chart is not the same as astrocartography. They're two different things. Astrocartography is your chart applied to the map of the world. And it's way more than just your planet lines too, which I also talk about in my class. And I've done some videos on here recently on parent lines, which I'll be doing a whole class on soon in my private community. And then a relocation chart is basically like your birth chart for the place you want to move to. And astrocartography told me to live on my sun line, but my sun is square my Saturn. You like got a reading from them and they told you that? That's shocking to me. I rarely see anything about Pluto and Sag. I have a whole playlist on the Pluto signs, and I have a video on Pluto and Sag. My IC is in Cap 2, makes sense why I've been having such a big pull, yeah. Yeah, and I was going to be abroad. I was going to stay in France until like the middle of December. And then I was looking at what's going to be moving through Capricorn then. And I was like, oh no, I think I'd have a better chance of, and also I don't want to be here till December. Like, I'm not just going off of my astrology. It doesn't excite me anymore to be here that long. Like, I want to be back in the US. Like, I miss it a lot. And I've like never been homesick in my life. And then I was looking at the transits for November, and I was like, actually, it lines up for me to find a place, like, to move back to Colorado then anyways. So it always lines up. Yeah, it's your strongest aspect. Oh, wow. I feel like a lot of astrocartographers don't look at your chart. They just look at your, like, they don't look at your birth chart when they do a reading. They just look at your astrocartography, which is, like, only looking at half of it. I shall go find it. Yeah, you're welcome. I have a ton of playlists. I've realized recently I've been on this app for 3 years and I have like over 3,000 videos. And they're all like pretty much education. And I've organized them into playlists that are on my page, like those little boxes you see above where the videos start that have like titles. Those are all playlists where I've tried to organize all my videos. And I did a whole series once on like Pluto through the signs. As an astrologer, do you ever feel like you have secrets to life that normal people might not have? Yeah, for sure. I just feel like I can understand a lot more about things. And understand people better, more easily. Like, I don't need to get to know somebody for years and years and years to understand them. I can just look at their chart and be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Avia. Yeah, I've been traveling through France, so I really haven't been doing that much on here. It's wild. I've been over here for like 6 weeks. Wild, wild, wild. There's so much going on before I left also. Life has been crazy. Life's been crazy since mid-August. It just hasn't slowed down, but... Mais c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Scorpio, Libra, Libra. Rad! That's a good balance. Life has definitely been crazy, yeah. Yeah. Isn't it so crazy? I, for the longest, was just like, since I've been here, I've just been chalking it up to me trying to learn French in France. And then I was like, no, I don't think it's just that. I think there's other things going on. Like, I think that's like adding to it for sure, but also would be feeling this back in the US. It's just like amplified because I'm in a new place and learning a new language in that place. Scorpio, rising, Taurus, Sun, Gemini, Moon. Ooh! You were born right after a new moon. I saw a video earlier on Lilith, and I did a live here yesterday, and someone was asking me about Lilith, and I was like, I honestly haven't looked into it that much. I've never really been interested in it. And then a video popped up in my feed naturally about Lilith, and she was saying that apparently there's a trend going around like telling people to dress as their Lilith sign, and she was like, I'm not sure y'all want to do that. Like, Lilith is dark energy. And so then I looked into mine, and I didn't realize it was right on it's like on my Mercury and really close to my Sun in the 8th house. Like, that makes a lot of sense. Astrology continues to shock me. Scorpio, Pisces. How did I ask the question? Sun, Moon. Scorpio, Sun, Pisces, Moon, Aquarius, rising. Ooh, that's interesting. So you have Sun in your 10th house. I met this guy here, well, in Paris, when I was in Paris 2 weeks ago. Just crazy that was 2 weeks ago. I met this guy in Paris. He's from the US, and pulled up his chart. He like told me his stuff. He asked me on a date, and I pulled up his stuff like after the date, but he told me all his stuff in the date. And turns out he has Sun in the 10th house, and I think that was one of the first people I've met in real life who has Sun in the 10th house. And y'all are so like magnetic, especially with it being Scorpio. Make up your power. I'm sure it's like double magnetism. Aquarius, Sun, Leo, Moon, Pisces, rising. Ooh, born during a full moon. A full moon in Leo. That's fun. Virgo, rising. Sorry, I need to... Phone is on Do Not Disturb now. I was getting distracted. So pumped to see you living out your best life. Thanks. It hasn't all been fun. Traveling is a lot, and there's so much to travel that you don't see on people's highlight reels and shit. It can be really stressful, but this is what I wanted, and I'm doing it, and I'm glad and grateful that I get to be in France right now. Virgo, rising, Cap, Sun, Sag, Moon. Ooh, okay, you were also born, oh no, right before a new moon. Everyone I know that was born right before a new moon, new moon is so intuitive. So, like, mediumship abilities are incredible. Pisces, Leo. Ooh, I love that. That screams creativity. Love your account, by the way. Thank you, Lily. Aquarius rising at 0 degrees as well. Wait, what? I'm confused. I thought you said you're Virgo rising. Oh, wait, that was somebody else. Y'all's pictures look the same. Mel's photography and Make Up Your Power, y'all's pictures look similar to me just at first glance. So I confused y'all. That's awesome. I love 0 degree placements. They're so, like, pure. They're so, like, that energy to its fullest. It's going to be worth it. Yeah. Cancer, Scorpio, also born on a new moon and eclipse. Oh, wow. Damn, and with a Scorpio rising, where does that put your sun and moon in the 9th house? Yeah, 9th house. That's fun. Yeah, I mean, it's really been fun, like, experiencing France, and Italy was great, and I love France. Like, France is amazing, and it's so big. Like, it's smaller than Texas, but it feels so big. Like, there's so much here. I definitely want to come back and do more traveling here, because there's other places I want to go, but I'm just so over it right now. I can't do, like, any more long travel days. It's exhausting. You're an artist? Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Hi, Kung Fu Nerd. Wait, that's Brendan. Hi from France, if you're still on here. I was like, why does that name look familiar? Hey Brendan, I'm in France. I was in London 3 weeks ago. I was in London from the end of September to, like, the first week of October. But I didn't love it, so I cut my London trip early to go back to Paris, because I really, really, really love Paris, and I wanted to spend more time there. I did not love London. I had a good time while I was there, but I didn't love it. Compared to Paris, I was like, I'm in love with Paris, which I did not think would happen. I thought I would hate Paris, but I really love it a lot. There's no other place like it. Taurus sun, Cancer rising, and moon. Ooh, moon in the first house. Everyone I've met with moon in the first house. Oh wait, no, I didn't read all of your comment. Moon, sometimes it comes up as Sag, but sometimes Scorpio. Okay. I would go pull up your chart on astro.com, because that's going to be the most accurate. Paris is gorgeous. Yeah, I loved it. How's learning French going? It's been fun. J'aime bien. J'aime très bien. I've pretty much gotten down, like, ordering at restaurants, ordering at coffee shops, all of that stuff. Pretty much have that down, but I don't, and I know a lot, like, so I met up with this guy the other day who's, like, Greek, but has lived in France for a long time, and he was mostly speaking English to me, but then there were a lot of things that I could answer him in French, and I was like, oh, I know a lot more French than I think I do. I just don't have the opportunity a lot of times to practice it conversationally, because I'm just either like solo or like the only thing I really practice on a daily basis is like ordering at restaurants and ordering at cafes. So I kind of feel like I need to meet people and practice speaking French to them, because that will help strengthen my like fluency with it and my conversation abilities. Because right now I can like, I only feel confident really ordering at restaurants and ordering at cafes and stuff like that. But it's been fun. It's just fun. I just love being immersed in it. It's such a cool language. Mal says, haha, it's raining now like always. Yeah. It rained like the first couple days I was in London, and then it was pretty nice actually the rest of the time that I was there, but I don't know. I didn't love it. I didn't feel like there was as much to do as there is in Paris. And the places that people recommended to me that I went were very, very crowded, and I was already like tired from traveling and like overstimulated to begin with, so it was just like not a good combination. I love what's great about Paris, everything. The fashion, the way people dress, the ease of transport. That's also one thing I loved about London. Like, it was super easy to get around on the tube. And Paris is the same thing. Like, the metro is super easy to use. The buses they go everywhere. They're super easy to use. The food in Paris, all the food is just amazing. All the food. There's a lot of great cafes. That's one thing I missed about Paris when I was in London, was like the outdoor cafe culture, which I love about Paris. I think I already said fashion. Like, shopping is great in Paris, and everything is beautiful. Like, all the buildings are beautiful. Every corner you come across, there's like a beautiful building, or there's a beautiful church, or it's just so creatively, artistically and creatively beautiful everywhere in Paris. Yeah, I can understand that there's so much to do in London. I just don't think I wanted to do any of it. I did the things that I wanted to do, and then I was like, okay, I'm kind of over this. 'Cause then places seemed like really crowded. All the other places, at least. But I did the like immersion. I did love the Shoreditch area, and like a friend that I know that lives there like took me through that, and we walked around like the Brick Lane Market in the Shoreditch area, and really loved that. I really loved that, even though it was like pouring the rain, but we had a good time. It was fun. And then I went and did I keep wanting to call it the Natural History Museum, but it's the National Gallery, I think. That was really cool. I loved that area as well. But I don't know, it just kind of felt like, okay, I went and did things. Oh, I did the Van Gogh immersion experience. That was really, really cool. But it just kind of felt like when I was there, like, okay, like I did this cool thing and that was cool, and then like, bleh. I don't know, I just didn't love it as much as I loved Paris. Like, I just love walking around Paris because it's literally beautiful everywhere. My Libra rising and my Taurus sun are just like beauty, beauty, beauty everywhere. The way people dress, the buildings, everything is beautiful. And London just kind of felt like the US, but in a different country. Paris is fun and games until you try to live there and make friends. I actually made 2 friends so far in Paris. That was another thing I didn't understand about everything I feel like people told me about these places was completely wrong. Like, that has not been my experience at all. Like, Paris, I maybe had like one weird interaction with a local, but everyone else has been so nice, and probably because I'm like speaking French, I don't know, and I'm also dressed really nice most of the time, I don't know, but I just have been treated like really kindly and really really nicely there. I don't know. But I'm also like, I don't know, I did a lot of research on their culture, and I love French culture, and I think people maybe just don't understand that when they come here, like how French people are, and I love how they are, so yeah. Paris is picturesque, yeah. And I was honestly surprised at how fast I made friends in Paris, but I looked at my charts for Paris too, and it all makes sense. Because that's kind of my focus for Paris. Like, my relocation chart for there is like on friends and on other people. So it was really easy to get along with people there in my experience. The only one bad experience I've had in France so far was in, actually here, it was in Nice. I speak fluent French, but you won't be in their inner friend circle. Oh, okay. Now I'm based in Luxembourg. Astro says 0 degrees Sag on a full moon. Taurus Sun, Cancer rising. My Taurus Sun wants to go to Paris, yeah. Paris is amazing. Paris is amazing. Technically, I'm pretty sure so I'm also a Taurus Sun and Sag Moon, and most of the time when I look up my chart, it also says I was born under a full moon, even though it's like, because technically, I think the cutoff is like 108. No, I don't know if it would be that wide. What is 360 degrees? Siri, what is 360 divided by 8? 45. So I think there's like if the website is going off of the degrees for the moon phases, then even if you're like at the end of the spectrum, how do I describe this? So like, okay, say your sun in Taurus is at 10 degrees and your moon in Sag is at like, I think you even said it's at 0 degrees. So that would technically still be in the range of a full moon, because the range is 45 degrees, I think. And so then like when the full moon in Scorpio was before you were born was at 10 degrees. And then there's like 19 more degrees to go. And then you have yours, so 20 degrees. So you'd still be in that 45 degree range of like full moon started at this degree, then plus 45 degrees. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense. So that's why it can still be like, it says you're born under a full moon, even if it's out of sign. Luxembourg is also another francophone country. Where is Luxembourg? Is that in Germany? Strasbourg is a better city. What are these in Germany? It has a bit of the German influence in the Alsace region? Okay. Sort of makes sense. Yeah, it's hard to describe. That would be 45 degree difference, because a full moon is like 180 degrees difference between the sun and the moon. So then I guess that might be a better way to describe it. If your moon is like 200 degrees away from the sun, then it would still be classified as a full moon, because you're still in the range, close enough to the range of it being completely opposite. Luxembourg is a country? Really? Surrounded by Belgium, France, and Germany. Oh, wow. Holy shit. That's crazy. There's so much over here. I'm like so overwhelmed. And then in America, I'm so overwhelmed. The world is so big. The world is crazy big. Like, y'all know the US is the size geographically of 3 Europes, and maybe even bigger than that. Because, like, France is not even as big as Texas, and I've never been to Texas. I don't even know, like, what Texas is like, other than, like, there's a lot of land in it. Oh my god, the world's huge. Is that why sometimes it comes up as Scorpio moon? No, probably that's just because the website is inaccurate. Hey Bailey, we're just talking about whatever. I'm just responding. I'm a manifesting generator, so I'm responding to y'all's comments. I didn't have an agenda. My nodal return is about to be in the 6th house, 12th house. Nodal return. That's exciting. Probably just, I don't know, focus on health, but it depends on what else is going on in your chart. Oh, Sag Sun. Jenny is a Sag Sun, Taurus Moon, Libra rising. That's so cool. We're like almost twins because I'm a Taurus Sun, Sag Moon, Libra rising. What will Pluto and Aquarius be like for fixed signs? Depends on the degrees of your fixed placements. That's been a big thing we've been talking about a lot in my community Q&As that I do almost every week. They're like Zoom calls. So it's really fun because I get to hear y'all's voices and see y'all's faces, and we get to connect in real time, and I love it. I love the community. A lot of people have been asking in there like what it's going to be like, because there's one of my community members that has a Scorpio moon, so she's been asking about that. And it depends on the degrees. Depends on the degrees, depends on the sign and what exact aspect it's making, depends on what house it's in. I mean, there's no like one generalization that I could give. Because you got a whole chart. You got a whole chart. Taurus Sun, Aries Moon, Scorpio rising. Ooh! It's giving chill, but also like you get shit done. Your sun is a Sag Moon, Libra rising. Aww, that's so cool, Elena. That's so cool. Can y'all hear the people on the street? That's one thing I'm not gonna miss about Europe. Is the small ass spaces. Best way to learn astrology, take my Become an Astrologer course and read the charts of everybody that you know. So, nope, just me. Okay. Well, that's good. But no, that's literally why I created my Become an Astrologer course, was to give you guys like a legit framework and structured way to learn how to read astrology charts. It is literally your all-in-one for how to read astrology and how to understand astrology. It also includes my ebook, which is a great like resource and reference to have, because the course is mostly video lessons that I've taught with like visuals and PowerPoint slides. You get all the PowerPoints, and there's captions on the videos. There's quizzes to help you like really integrate the knowledge. Same with my human design course. But those 2 things I made as like beginner level for you to be able to have somewhere to go to understand everything. And have like a base level of knowledge of astrology and human design. Teaches you how to become an astrologer. And I designed the course so it's really simple. You can finish it if you're really like, if you're spending like 3 to 5 hours a week on it, you can finish it in a month. That is what I recommend, the best place and resource to learn astrology with. But you can also get books, learn a lot through my free content. It will just take longer. The Become an Astrologer course, it's like everything you need in one place. So if you want to learn quickly and you want to learn easily, that's the best place to do it. Taurus Sun and Moon Gemini Rising. Ooh, I love that, Sumner. Born on a full moon in the 12th house. Damn. That's giving like psychic past life regression hypnotherapist. I use whole sign. Yeah, I use and teach whole sign. Placidus, I don't think is a beginner house system. And I don't recommend it for beginners. What Virgo energy represents? I mean, if you really want to know how to read Virgo placements, take the course. Because Virgo represents a lot of shit, and I talk about that in the course. I mean, it kind of depends too on what context we're speaking in. But in general, Virgo represents like refinement. It represents making things better. Hey, Justin. Welcome back. Human design sounds cool. I'll have to look it up. Yes, look it up. Sun's in Aquarius, Leo, Moon, and Rising. Ooh, you got Sun in the 7th house. And born under a full moon. That's fun. Wait, I feel like someone else had that stuff. If that wasn't you who shared that earlier, I feel like someone else had that placement too. Yeah, human design is super cool. That is why I got on here originally, was to talk about that, and then I totally forgot because I've been like immersed in y'all's comments. But I've really been learning on this abroad international trip firsthand that I need to really pay attention to my sacral. And because there's just been so much going on and like, I don't know, little stressors that have added up through traveling, I've kind of forgot to just follow my excitement, and I've gotten caught up in like conditioning and things. And I also think because I've never spent this much time around people and like been in other people's energy for this long, like being in such close quarters here in Europe, like anyways, there's a lot of conditioning that's been happening since I've been here. And so I've kind of like forgot to really be living my human design. And it's something that today I realized like, oh, I really need to come back to that. Because I want to move back to the US in 3 weeks, and I was getting really stressed about like, oh my God, I need to find a place back there. Like there's not much available right now. It's off season, blah, 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 like all this in my head about it. And I was like, Kelsey, you know that you have to follow your excitement, and you know that when you're getting frustrated, like that's your not self theme. And this is what human design tells you. It gives you a not self theme. So you know when you're acting from conditioning, from the not self, that's not you, that's gonna like create chaos and misalignment in your life. It literally tells you what that looks like for you. So for me, it's frustration and anger because I'm a manifesting generator. And I like in checking Zillow and in checking like Facebook Marketplace for rentals and things back in the US, I've like been getting so frustrated because there's nothing available, and it just like really frustrates me to get on there and see that. But that frustration is like a warning signal of you need to be doing what excites you right now instead of focusing on what frustrates you and trying to make it work when it's not going to work, because that's my guidance system telling me like, hey, you're doing something out of alignment. And so instead I like posted on my Instagram stories, and I like journaled today, and I just spent time with like me and getting clear on like what I want in a place, and reframing any beliefs around like, oh, well, that's not possible because it's off season and blah, 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 blah. Like it's always worked out, and it's going to work out this time. And I just have to keep following my excitement I just have to keep following like what feels good, because that is literally how my human design like works. And your human design is truly like a guidance system to your own energy and how your energy is meant to move through life and align with your purpose. And so I had this huge realization today that, oh yeah, I just need to remember like to follow my excitement and not get caught up in the frustration, because that's not helping me. It's not getting me anywhere. And when I'm excited to look for a new home to move into back in the US, like that's when there will be a home that I love, right? Like that's what your human design tells you. It tells you when the right time is for you to do something, because that's when you're supposed to do it, because that's your divine timing of when it's going to work out. So for me, I have to like just trust that until I'm excited to look for houses back in the US, like I shouldn't be looking at houses like that. It has to come from a place of I'm excited to do it, because that's when there's going to be the perfect house for me that I've been wanting. So yeah, human design's really cool. Human design's awesome. You can get your human design chart from my website, astrologyhumandesign.com. I've been learning about 2-4 generator. Amazing. Yeah, all you have to do is follow your authority. Like literally that's it. And we overcomplicate it. We overcomplicate it by focusing on what our mind is telling us, what other people are telling us, by giving weight to the shoulds and the, well, I should do this and I should do that and I should do that to make money and I should do this because this person's telling me that I should do that and that worked for them and blah, 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 blah. That's where we get ourselves into trouble. And that's where we get led off of our true path. But when we just follow our own authority that your human design tells you about, that's all you need to do to align with your path. In the way that what you want is meant for you, is just following your authority. Like I was sharing with y'all, my authority is sacral. So I'm meant to follow like what excites me. Like literally in the moment, what is exciting me. And not like, well, I should, I'm in Nice, I'm in the south of France, like I should go walk around and I should go see museums. And like, that's not what was exciting me today. What was exciting me was to like journal and share on my Instagram stories and then like come on here and talk to y'all. Like that's what's exciting me right now. And that's what's going to lead me to what's meant for me. Not like shoulding myself and trying to overthink. It's literally so simple. So, and that's what led me to building an astrology and human design based business, was following my excitement. Like I literally I was unemployed. I was on the verge of homelessness and I just was so excited to talk about tarot back then. Was like my main passion that kickstarted me on this career. People also knew I did astrology. So I would just like go on Instagram and talk about tarot and do readings and on Instagram live and shit. And then people were like, oh, I would also talk about astrology. So then people were like, oh, you seem to know a lot about astrology. Would you read my chart? Would you give me a tarot reading and also read my chart? And like, it just snowballed, right? So it really is that simple of like just following. Well, for me, it's to follow my excitement. There's like seven different authorities. Splenic, sacral, solar plexus, mental, self-projected, lunar, ego. Yeah, there's 7 different authorities. So it depends on what yours is. But at the end of the day, most of them are just about following what feels good. Truly. And not trying to like mind fuck yourself out of it because of conditioning. But yeah, so you can get your human design chart from my website, astrologyhumandesign.com, and then you can download a $25 personalized report. It is like an interpretation for your chart, and it will tell you all about it. It will tell you all about it. Alana, oh my god, I'm a manifesting generator, and I remind myself that 100 times a day. That's amazing. If you hyper-focus, just let it be and trust. Yeah, no, totally. And truly, anything I've tried to, like, hyper-focus on in the past never works out. Everything's always work out when I, like, surrender and just focus on, like, what's exciting me in the moment. And let each moment of excitement lead me to the right thing. I get so stuck on things that are frustrating me. I think I just need a week off work to reset. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Yes, chase the chills. Yes. Yeah, so human design comes from astrology. It's a lot more individualized and like it's a whole different system than astrology is, but it uses the like foundation of human design is astrology. So it uses all the same information. It goes off your birth time, your, you know, all your birth stuff. Is there anything else I want to say about that? But yeah, it's kind of a different system. It's kind of another language to learn. But my ebook that's linked in my bio, I think it's called Learn Astrology and Human Design, is like how I have it titled. And it walks you through how to read your charts if you want like a guide to understanding the systems of astrology and human design. But like I said, if you get your chart from my website and you get a personalized interpretation of your human design from my website, it gives you all that information personalized for you. Whereas the ebook gives you like everything. The personalized interpretation from my website, astrologyhumandesign.com, is for your chart. Not self is also frustration, yeah. It's a pretty common one because generators and manifesting generators make up 70% of the population. So most of us have that as our not self theme. That's how I'm waiting to find a cool job. Amazing! Or you could create one, you never know. Gemini Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising. Oh, that's fun. I don't think I've ever met someone with Aries Moon in the first house. Yes, it's so peaceful. Oh my god. Yes, it's so peaceful being a projector when you finally listen to your authority. Yes. That is so similar to what goes on in my head. Yeah, I feel you. Yes. Conditioning is real. Andrea says, thank you for that reminder. I need to wait and be excited instead of pushing through frustration. Yes, exactly. And like generators and Manny Gens, like because our aura is magnetic, like it will draw more to us of what energy we are in. So if we are staying in the frustration and we're just like I like what you said there, Andrea, like pushing through the frustration and creating more frustration, that's what we're going to attract. Versus if we just like take a step back from frustration and focus on, okay, what's exciting me right now? Like what can I do that feels good? Like the other day I was getting frustrated with something and I was like, I just need to put on music and like dance and feel good, right? And that's like a way that you can get out of the frustration and put your energy into excitement, something that feels good, and it will create more of that. And it's like a man, since I've been learning French, I like can't remember English words the same. Like a domino effect. Like you know, you'll just create more of what you focus on. It's like basic law of attraction as well. But like it's amplified for generators and Manny Gens. Do you think astrology and numerology are one and the same? No, they're different. I mean, you can they overlap, but they're different systems. Oh, you're a projector. Cool. Manifestors make up less than 9% of the population. They're kind of rare. Capstone, Pisces, Moon, Cancer, Rising, but I catch people off guard with my Sag, Mercury. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Cap Sun with the Sag Mercury hits different than a Cap Sun with a Cap Mercury, for sure. For sure. Question about Cancer Mars. Natal Cancer is in Mars. So many arguments during Libra season. Yeah, probably because the sun was squaring Mars. And it might have been squaring near Mars. I feel like everyone has been so emotionally volatile with Mars and Cancer, which, duh. So that's like a big collective theme right now. And then Mars right now is also opposite Pluto, and it was just squaring Chiron, so there's a lot going on. And this is why I say, like, check the transits, y'all. Check the transits. Check the transits. My Become an Astrologer course teaches you how to read transits if you're new and you want to learn astrology. My sun is a manifester, Taurus sun and rising, Leo moon. Oh wow. That's a force. That's a force of a chart. I'm avoiding the election. I'm in Europe, so I'm avoiding the election. I'm in Europe, so that was funny how my phone just fell after I said that. And the screen got weird. Wait, why is it not? Hold on. Yeah, I've done videos on the election, and that's all I want to... That's as far as I want to take it. I feel like this is still not back to normal, but we're just going to go with it. Yes, my courses give you life access, yep. And you get to download most of the things as well, like the PowerPoint slides for each lesson. There's quizzes. If I didn't already say that, there's quizzes for each lesson to help you integrate the knowledge, and you get my ebook as well on astrology. I feel like this hasn't returned to normal still. I cannot wait to be out of the humidity. Side note. Generator, sacral authority, Cancer rising, Pisces moon, Aries sun. Ooh, fun! Cancer stellium confuses me lately. Yeah. Any advice for a projector trying to live more consistently? I'm confused by that question. But follow your authority. And don't give unsolicited advice. Good Lord, don't give unsolicited advice. I'm a manifester. My astrology chart ruler is my Aquarius moon. Oh, interesting. Be different. Be different. That's my advice. Yeah, I do chart readings. You can book through my bio. I'm only accepting one-on-one sessions right now. Everything's in the bio. 6-2 reflector. Wow, that's cool. Reflectors are super rare. Super, super rare. You're like a unicorn. Like a unicorn. If y'all are asking about chart ruler, I have a free guide you can download that will tell you about your chart ruler. I think it's literally called, like, get the free guide in my bio. Thank you, Journey of She. I appreciate you. I love my astrology course. I'm glad you think it's fire. Oh, here we go. TikTok asking me if I'm a robot or not. Emojis are so funny because you say them out loud and it doesn't give the same energy than, like, the visual does. Live like on TikTok. I'm confused. Oh, trying to go live more consistently. Oh. Why'd you say trying? Some of the most successful TikTokers I have seen are projectors. Because, like, I have a whole video on this. I don't know if you've seen my videos for projectors. I have a whole playlist for. But I used to do Clubhouse, which I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it is like, it was like a social media app, like a couple years ago. And it was only audio, and people could like come up and ask you questions. And someone asked me that question of like, what's your advice for projectors? Because, you know, I can't always wait for the invitation, like blah, blah, blah. And that's the one thing about projector advice that I hate that is out there so prevalently, is like, wait for the invitation, wait for the invitation. The first part of y'all strategy is recognition. It's being recognized. And how do you receive recognition? You have to put yourself out there. You have to put yourself out there. You have to create content. You have to share what you're gifted at. You have to share your opinions. Whatever it is that you do, you have to share about it to be recognized. And that will lead to invitations. But the first part of the strategy, and a lot of websites leave this part out. I don't know why. Again, it pisses me off. But like, is receiving recognition. And you have to be seen to get recognition. Nobody's going to recognize you sitting behind your phone on a couch. Like, you have to put yourself out there. So that's the one thing I would say for projectors, is like, y'all have to put yourself out there more. And you'll receive invitations. Journey of She says yes, absolutely. It's taught me so much. Yay! Yeah, I was just talking, I think maybe before you hopped on, but I was talking about how I have been using, since I'm about to move back to the US, I have been using my method of looking at when things are going to be transiting over my IC, and I have a bonus lesson on that in the Become an Astrologer course to teach all that method as well, to when to plan a move using your astrology, because I literally use it in my life, and I'm about to move because of that method. So that's in the course as well. Just got it. Yay! I'm a 4-1 opportunist projector. Amazing. 4-1s are super rare. I think 4-1s they might even be more rare than reflectors. So that's awesome. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Okay, people trolling. Can't wait to dive in. Yay, I'm so excited for you, Justin. 6'2" ego manifester, amazing. Or did you mean to type 2'5"? Ego manifestors are rare too. There's a lot of unicorns on here tonight. Rare types. We had a reflector. We had a splenic manifester. We got an ego manifester. We got 4-1. Justin's a 4-1. Okay, Ariana says 2-4 for me is a battle because I'm such a hermit. Yeah, that one's a tough one because y'all are like introverted extroverts or extroverted introverts or both. Like, y'all go back and forth. Like the hermit, like you couldn't be more opposite than like the hermit and the opportunist. But everyone I know with that profile tends to find a way to balance it really well. Two for emotional manifesting generator. Okay, yeah. Most of the 2-4s I know are emotional manifesting generators. I do know a 2-4 emotional generator, but all the 2-4s I can think of off the top of my head are emotional MGs. And y'all are like forces. When y'all are on, like doing your creative thing, like y'all are on, and it's really beautiful to see. I am a 1-3 sacral manifesting generator. Freckle says I'm a 5-1. Nice. Alberto's a 3-5 projector. Amazing. Journey of She says, yes, I remember that lesson. I want to move states, but the moon is in my 9th house, so I can't commit. Ooh, I feel you. I feel that. I mean, my chart ruler's in the 9th house, so I feel that. And it's funny, I always would say that, like, I want to have a home base and then, like, be able to leave and travel. And now that I like don't have a home base and I'm traveling full time, I'm like, oh, that's why I wanted that. Because this whole traveling for 2 months is a lot. Like, I could do like 2 to 3 week trips again once I have a home base, but like traveling full time's a lot. How do you use astrology for relationships? He also has a Sag moon. Okay. Does he have any water placements? Because that's a lot of fire. I mean, it just depends. I use it to understand people better. And that's why one of the reasons I created my Become an Astrologer course was to give y'all a resource to be able to read astrology charts so you can understand other people and have better relationships. Because that's how it helps me. Like, it just helps me see who someone is, their potential pitfalls as well, the potential, like, things that they struggle with, or things that might be a struggle between us, being able to relate to each other or communicate with each other. Like, there was this one guy I dated who had Mercury retrograde in Gemini, and we could not, I have Mercury in Taurus, we could not communicate for shit. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad. So that helped me to understand, like, oh, you know, it's probably not going to work long term. Which I'm not a full-hearted believer in, like, that, you know, it's black and white like that. Like, you can make things work if you understand how someone works and, like, are willing to put up with it. It's just about what you're willing to put up with, truly, at the end of the day. But I was not willing to put up with that. I was like, I don't like this. Like, yeah. I mean, my Mercury's in the 8th house, so it's hard enough for me to communicate things in general, and then having the other person have Mercury like that, afflicted like that, no, it was not good. That's just one example. I mean, there's so many. I've gone on so many dates. I've looked at so many guys' charts. Like, I do it pretty much weekly. Like, the other day, I met 2 guys. The first one, I don't know his stuff because we didn't talk about it, and when I told him what I do, he laughed. So I don't think is an open conversation that we could have, even if we were to talk again. The second guy, like, told me his stuff, but so I looked it up and also was like, oh, that's why we probably don't get along. And communication is really big for me because I have a Gemini Venus. So, like, that's how my ability to communicate well with someone is literally a big factor in attraction. Gemini Venus. So if we don't communicate well, not the one for me. So that's kind of how I use it. And it was really fun to do. There's an account, Astrology Island, and she like pulls all the birth charts for the people that are on reality TV shows like Love Island and Love is Blind, and all of that kind of stuff. And she pulled the charts of the most recent Love is Blind season cast. And I've done a few videos on their charts and their compatibility, and it's super funny just to see it in real life. Like, yeah, this is why these people don't get along. I am still in Europe, Freckle. Yes, I'm in France. Je suis en France. Pour l'instant. Plus... I don't know if I would say plus before. Je sais pas. I'm here for 3 more weeks. Je suis ici pour plus 3 semaines. Moon's in my 10th house right now and work is so slow. Interesting. Leo rules your chart. The sun's in Scorpio now. I've been getting into my human design. It's crazy how it relates to my astrology so much. Yeah. Well, your human design is your astrology, but it's just taken up a notch or like taken deeper. It's given more specifics. Like it gives your astrology more specifics. Anything full-time is a lot, yeah. Let's just say my solar return is coming soon. That's exciting. I'm about to be halfway through my solar return. Or wait, yeah. This year's. I don't even know if that's the... Does that make sense? Halfway through my solar return. It's almost my half birthday. 3-5 generator, amazing! One of my really good friends is a 3-5 generator, and I love her so much. Y'all are like so sweet and so magnetic. He does have a sun and Mercury and Pisces. Okay, so it softens the Sag a little bit. That's good. I just met a guy 3 weeks ago when I was in Paris who has a lot of Sag placements. Like Sag Sun, Sag Moon, Sag Mercury. Like our moon, like my moon is conjunct his Mercury, which is like makes for really great conversations. And he's a Pisces rising, and I feel like the Pisces really like softens the Sag. Where like I myself have been a proponent of like Sag men can be like some of the worst. But I think if they have like prominent water placements, especially Pisces, it really softens that. And they can be like really sweet. Especially if they're in therapy, that helps. 1-3 manifesting generator, sucker punch. Me too. I love it. Oh, Leah Zion. I'm also Libra rising, but I'm a Taurus sun. So you're a Taurus moon. I love it. Cancer sun. Okay, cool. Kat, you have Mercury in Taurus too? Oh my god, yes. Yeah, you're welcome, Tiara. Do all T4 profiles... Did I say T4? I swear, learning French has... Being multilingual is hard. Oh my god, it's hard. Do all 2-4 profiles have 6-9 on the chart highlighted? I think you're asking about gates. Like in the actual body graph, the numbers that are highlighted, those are called gates. If you have my human design ebook, it walks you through the definitions of that, or if you've gotten a personal interpretation of your human design chart from my website, it walks you through what everything means and like the definitions of stuff and like what the different numbers are, because I know when you pull up your human design chart, like what the fuck are all the numbers and the symbols and the shapes and the colors, blah blah, blah. But if you get the personalized interpretation of your human design chart from my website, astrologyhumandesign.com, it will walk you through what all the shit is with visuals, so you can understand what the different numbers mean. But yeah, the profiles only go up to 6. So like 9 would be a gate, because the gates go up to 64. But the profile numbers only go up to 6. What does it mean, or how does retrograde in the birth chart affect us? Are you asking about like personal planets that are retrograde? I believe I have a class on that in my private community, like going through each retrograde planet in the birth chart. Like if you were born with a Pluto retrograde in your chart, or having Mars retrograde, or Mercury retrograde, it all means something. So yes, having a planet retrograde means something. And I have a class on that, walking you through it all in my private community. How do you interpret the combination of Astro and HD? I have a class on that in my bio. So they're just different systems. So I like to say that astrology is like your roadmap. It's like your Google Maps. And like you can look all over your life. You can look all over your life story at different areas of your life. So astrology does timing really well because of that, because you have the houses, right? And planets moving through certain houses, the transits at certain times are your timing. So it kind of like astrology is your life. Human design is you. How are you meant to move through your life? Like another example would be like astrology is your movie. Like your life is a movie. You're born and then, you die. That's the beginning and the end of the movie. Your life is the movie. Human design, your astrology is the movie, and your human design is who are you playing in that movie. So astrology is like the story, and human design is like who are you living out, playing out, acting out that story. So human design gives you specifics about you and your energy and your body and how you're meant to make decisions, how you're meant to move through your life story. And astrology tells you about the life story. So like I'm really focused on moving back to the US right now. And so that's a focus for me because Pluto in Capricorn went back into my 4th house. So that's a timing thing, right? But how I like approach that and when I decide to act on the move comes down to me following my human design. Yeah, I deliberately chose to be outside of the US during the election. I can't say that I was like, I need to be outside the US during the election. Oh my God. It just kind of lined up like that. And then I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that I'm outside the US during the election. It might be crazy here too, though. Who knows? I'll be in Paris. There might be protests. I don't know. I don't know. But I was definitely led here for a reason at the times that I'm here. Sun in Aries, Libra, rising, Sag, Moon. I love that. We're like sun sign neighbors. I'm a Taurus sun, Libra rising, Sag, Moon. Solar return is technically your birthday every year. Yes. Yes. And you get a solar return chart. I think I have a class on that in my private community. So my courses, my Become an Astrologer course and my Human Design course, those are like entry level. Those are like beginner. If you're new to astrology, you're new to human design, and you want to learn the systems all in one place, everything, the basics, foundation of everything. And then if you're more intermediate or you're advanced, you already know the basics in astrology or human design, that's what my private community is for. The private community is for you if you're more intermediate, advanced, and want to learn like the deeper stuff. Like I said, I have a class on like what having retrograde planets in your chart means in the community. There's like 30 classes, more than 30 classes inside the community at this point because I keep adding stuff all the time. I just added a class on your relocation chart, how to calculate that, what to look for, what it means. I've done an astrocartography class that lives in the private community. I have a class on astrology, like synastry, reading synastry charts in astrology, also human design, relationship compatibility. There are so many classes inside the private community. It's honestly kind of insane. And I'll probably be restructuring that soon, but for now, that's how it is. Hey, Zuri! Ariana says, I have 6 out of 9 centers. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that comes down to the channels that you have. I also have a lot of centers defined. I have 7 out of 9 defined. So it just kind of brings a lot of fixed energy to your personality to have a lot of centers defined. Do I look at composite charts like when you like not synastry charts, like when you I never know how to describe composite charts. Like you combine two people's charts. I've looked at it before. Listen, my French is rusty on my end. Currently working on getting back into the flow of it. That's amazing. C'est génial, c'est génial. C'est pas facile. C'est pas facile, le français. Key, how do you like it here in Europe? It's fun. I like it. I like vacationing here. Okay, not sure, but I'm a 2-4. Oh, you have 6 centers to find too. That's awesome. What's most odd for me about Europe? One of the things that I'm still not really used to, and I posted this on Threads, and people got really mad at me for saying this. But when people ask, like, where's the toilet? That to me is like, y'all call the bathroom, the restroom, like a toilet? Like, that's a little weird. We would not do that in America. We don't call it that. It is a restroom, it is a bathroom, it is not a toilet. Oh, and I just like shared that on Threads and people got so mad at me, but it's a cultural difference. So that's been kind of odd. I mean, I understand the things that are odd because they're just cultural differences, like, and they make sense, like I get them, but it is kind of weird having such small like bathrooms and showers, and like everything just being such in close quarters has been, I wouldn't say odd because I understand it, again, like I know why it is the way that it is, but it's just kind of not something I like about here. I don't know, I did a lot of research on French culture before I came, so there's nothing I've really been shocked by. I really love French culture, so I would say it shocked me in Italy how much graffiti is on stuff. That's kind of shocked me, just like how much graffiti is everywhere, and people don't seem to pick up their like dog's poop, which is kind of weird. But that might just be a personal thing, I don't know. Okay, back to astrology stuff. Is my rising and her Venus the same a good thing? Yeah, it could be. So the planet, sign, gate are all layers. Yes, exactly. So, okay, I'll give y'all an example. Like, I have, and I actually share this, I share the same moon sign as Trump. We both have moon and Sag, in which, again, astrology just helps you understand people, like, he is his chart. It is so freaking hilarious to me. But anyways, so I have moon and Sag in gate 26, and gate 26 is like the gate of the egotist. So this is, think of Donald Trump, exhibits this very well. But that's kind of the shadow side of it. The light side of gate 26 is like being able to sell things to people, being able to like market things to people. That's also what it's good at. But it can tend to a little bit of like egotism on the shadow side. So that is like my moon is in Sag, right? That's one layer. Like love freedom, love comedy, love to like laugh at life and just have this kind of bigger, larger than life attitude. That's like my inner self, the moon, your emotions, your inner world. And that's so moon and Sag. And then it's in gate 26, which is the gate of entrepreneurship, marketing things, can, like I said, lead towards egotism, because you do have to have a little bit of ego to sell things to people. Like you have to have confidence when you're selling something. Like you have to believe in what you're selling to people to be able to sell it to them. So that's a layer to my moon placement because of what gate in human design that it is in. And then another layer to that is that it's in the 5th line, which is very subject to projection from other people. And so the 5th line is very polarizing. People either love them or they hate them. So again, Donald Trump has this same exact moon placement very polarizing. So that's kind of like the third layer. And each of your astrology placements is somewhere in your human design chart. So that's kind of how they, and I walk you through this in my astrology of human design class, but that's kind of how they, like human design gives you more specifics about your astrology placements. I like that analogy, yeah. You have a Sag moon too? Amazing. Hello, I saved my reading you did for me and I always go back to it. Oh, yay! To remember and remind me. Yay, that's amazing. That's awesome because there's so much information that comes through in my readings, especially the audio ones, because it's just me talking for 15 or 20 minutes. Like, that's awesome that you listen to it again because you probably get more from it each time. I think 12th house synastry it can really go like one of two ways. It can be like y'all help each other on your spiritual journeys and your spiritual path, or it can be like a lot of delusion, and I don't mean the good delusion, I mean like the bad delusion of like you think someone is who they're not. Like what we just saw, if y'all saw the Love is Blind season recently and are caught up, like Ramses and Marissa are a perfect example of that. Was it Marissa? Yeah, Marissa. Perfect example of that. I don't think they have they might have 12th house synastry, actually. That would make a lot of sense. I don't think we know their rising signs, but that's giving 12th house synastry, where it's like you think this person is something because that's how they're presenting themselves, but they're not. And that ultimately like shows itself over time. Yeah, I definitely think we choose our charts. I think we choose everything. But we're just not aware that we choose it. Why is my phone acting up right now? Okay. I have Gemini, Mars, and detriment gate 45. I didn't realize Mars is in detriment and oh, like detriment human design. Is that what you mean? Like it has the triangle that like the whatever. Detriment in human design is not the same thing as it is in astrology. Why is my phone? Oh. My moon is in gate 21, personality side. Yeah. That has been a very interesting life experience. Oh, yeah, that's where my Mars is. My Mars is in gate 21. I feel that. Literally, the keynote for my Mars gate and line is like, what is it? Oh, man, I wish I had my human design book. It literally says, like, you have to make, like, drastic purchases or something, like, to know that you'll be, like, you have to spend your resources in an exuberant way to call in more resources. And I was like, that is a story of my life. And that's kind of like gate 21, if you have it in the second line. Ramses is a Leo. Oh, that's right. I forgot. He said his stuff. Yeah. I just don't know her rising. Wait, so is he a Cancer? I do not remember. Is he a Cancer? They space out these episodes too far. Did he say he was a Cancer sun? I'll have to look at his stuff again. Well, that mean he would have 12th house shit, but I don't think she has anything in Cancer. Yeah, I gotta look at it. I'll probably do a whole video on it. Now that we're talking about it. Yeah, detriment and human design. Okay, yeah, if you have so detriment does not mean the same thing in human design as it does in astrology. If you have the definitive book of human design, look up the gate and look up the line and look up the like detriment and what it says for that. And that's what detriment means in human design. It's not like this placement's bad. Like that's not what it means at all. It just like it means something very specific, and it will tell you in the definitive book of human design what exactly it means. Oh, design Mars in 21. Yeah, I talk about all of that in the Astrology of Human Design class that's linked in my bio. Like what the design side is versus the personality side. I think I even talk about that in the Human Design Basics class, but I don't go super deep like I do in the Astrology of Human Design class. Vicky says, hi, interested in your membership. Amazing. Should I get the materials first? If you're new, absolutely. For those people who, like if you're new and you don't know the language of astrology and human design, you might be a little lost in the membership. That's why I recommend my Become an Astrologer course, or my ebooks, or both. If you get the course, you get the ebook inside the course. Or if you want to start with the ebook and just see where you are, and then maybe see if you want to take the courses later. The ebook includes a coupon code to get your money back for the ebook, because the ebook, like I said, is in the course. So that's, trust your authority though. Trust what you're led to, but you might be a little lost if you not understand the basics of the systems and the membership. Because it is for more intermediate advanced. Nodal environments is interesting. Yeah, I talked about that in my variables course. The variables bundle that I released, the human design variables, talked about the environmental, the nodal environments. Because that's where your environment in human design comes from, is the design nodes. But that's like, we get real deep now. Yeah, you're welcome, Vicky. For me, gate 21 is with the first line. So many lessons around control. Ooh, yeah. For sure. And feeling secure, too. Quad right is tough. Yeah, I feel you. I have mostly right-facing variables as well. We sensitive. I think that's one of the reasons I like America better. And I want to live in America. I want to live back in the US because there's so much space. People are more spaced out, more spread out, which is much more conducive to my right brain self. And it's 2121. We were just talking about gate 21 and it's 2121 right now. 921. Hey, baby cat. Yeah, I always did better in American schooling. Yeah. I hated the school system in general, but I just feel better over there. I feel like more myself. I feel like the conditioning here is really starting to get to me, just how in close proximity everyone is to each other all the time. More freedom, yeah. More freedom for sure. More space. That's my biggest issue right now. It's not having enough space. I feel like I'm never truly alone. Fun fact, when I found you, I booked to have a personal reading, but you were busy, so you had to refund. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, that happens a lot. Even though I limit how many I get. As a single definition, alone time is key. Oh yeah, I could see that. I can't relate. I'm a split definition. But I like to have my alone time and then go to places to be not split anymore. But here, like I'm never alone. Like there's apartments are all around me. Like I'm never truly alone. unless I'm like in the ocean. Because nobody's like swimming in the ocean right now. Hey, Allie. Space is so essential. If there's none of that, the frustration is so real. Yeah. Yeah. I just have felt so weird being on my 6th week of this. 6-2 manifester, single definition, emotional authority. Amazing. And I can smell pizza. Somebody's cooking pizza right now. I'm a manifester, Pisces sun, Capricorn rising. So many dreams happening. Oh my God, they've been crazy. Last night I dreamed like mostly in French. Kat says, I saw your content on moving to the line of the ruling planet for the 10th house. Ooh, yeah. But mine is Mars. I mean, you have to find out. You won't know until you do it. I'm on my Mars line right now. I think I just posted a video about that yesterday. Being on your Mars line. What would cause a sacral being to lose excitement and be burned out? Perpetuating frustration, like not listening to your body, because when you're getting frustrated, that's literally your body telling you like, hey, you didn't listen to me. So if you just keep doing what's frustrating you and you just keep doing it even though it's frustrating you and you don't stop, it's gonna fuck you up, for lack of a better phrase. Dreaming in French is next level. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of crazy. Bonsoir. It's an interesting life we live, yeah, for sure. For sure. Bonsoir tous les gens. Tous les... Or is it tous les gens. Tous les gens. I don't think that's how I would say it, though. I think you would say... I don't know, actually. Shape off. Feels like human design grounds things more. Yeah, it's definitely more practical. Because astrology is just... I don't know if you're on when I was saying this earlier, but astrology is just your life story. It doesn't tell you... It doesn't give you practical, tangible advice that you can use every single day. Like, how to make decisions. Which is what human design tells you. Bonsoir à tous. Ah, merci beaucoup. C'est ça. That's it. Bonsoir à tous. I'm thankful for our Cap rising to keep us grounded. Brings it to the body, for sure. Because that's why your human design chart is called your body graph. It's a literal graph of your body's energy. Gemini sun, Sag moon, Pisces rising. Ooh, that's a fun combo. Born on a full moon too, wow. I just had a long chat with ChatGPT about my birth chart. It was really good. Huh. Okay. That's cool. I feel like it does the basics really well, but when I've asked it about deeper stuff and the transits, no. Really well, but when I've asked it about deeper stuff and the transits, no. So mutable in life path 5. Embrace that shit. No, it's not great for transits. It gets everything wrong. And then I'm like having to correct it. And then I'm like, I can just do this myself. I don't understand. Should come up. Sag, sun. Oh, wait. Scorpio sun and stellium. Sag rising and cat moon. And stellium. Oh, damn. Hold on. I met this person the other night who literally had almost every single planet in Capricorn. their sun, their Mercury, their Mars, their Venus, their Jupiter. No, not Jupiter, but Uranus, Neptune. I think that is all that they had. But it was a huge Capricorn stellium, and I was like, this is insane. They could maybe even have their moon in Capricorn also. What is verdict astrology? Verdict astrology? Like the verdict you get from the court? That's what I think of. I experimented with my human design by changing the layout of my bedroom. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, feng shui is connected to human design as well because it all uses the, like the Bagua map in feng shui is connected to the Gua, which is the I Ching. And the I Ching is where the gates in human design come from. Hey, magnetic marketing coach. Yes, feng shui is connected to human design. I plan to do a whole thing on that eventually. I don't know if it'll be a course or an ebook or a class. I don't know yet. It's been in the works for like 2 years. Once I learned that they were connected, by looking at the Bagua map, because I've been obsessed with Bagua map for like years and years and years. And then when I got into human design, learned the I Ching's in human design, started looking at the I Ching, and I was like, wait, the Bagua map uses the I Ching. And the I Ching is in human design. So yeah, they are. Maybe a trade secret there, but... Oh, Vedic astrology? No. I don't believe in practicing... This is my personal belief. I don't believe in practicing Vedic astrology unless you live in India and are like a part of Vedic culture, because that's how Vedic astrology was created, for people that lived in the Vedic culture, which was a caste system. So that's my personal belief. Well, I need to join those classes. Yes. Oh my God, you should. That would be so fun. Yeah. I will eventually. I need a home first and to like really practice. I need a Bagua conducive home to experiment with this. It's 1-3 profile of me. I have to experiment with it myself because so far I haven't lived in a home that's been conducive to Bagua. So it's coming. It's coming. And yeah, all the classes that I've taught that are on like more intermediate advanced stuff in astrology and human design live in my private community, in my membership. And unique, I haven't seen anyone do anything like that. Yeah. Learned about that even before I discovered human design. No, same. I think I learned about the Bagua map in like 2015 or 2016. It was a while ago. And human design I learned about in 2019. Hi, Vish. I've also noticed some people use that as an excuse for their BS. Wait, they use human design for that? Oh my God, you 1-3s, yeah. What is going on astrologically? Because been so angry this past week. Mars opposite Pluto. Y'all know you can see the transits on astrotheme.com. You just go to astrotheme.com and right there. This is what I used to use to find the transits before I used AstroGold. And they're all like right there on their homepage, like on the side. So it will tell you what is going on. And then my Become an Astrologer course will teach you how to read it and understand it and apply the transits to your chart. Yeah, 4-6s are opposite of 1-3s. Because like 1-3 profiles are all internal. So the first, second, and third lines are internal profile lines. The fourth, fifth, and sixth lines are external profile lines. And so 1-3s are the only profile that is all internal. 4-6s are the only profile that is all external. So we are literally like yin and yang, like introvert, extrovert. My membership it's my own thing. It's connected to my website. Same girl. I just go on Astro Seek and see all my transits. Yeah, that's what I do. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're welcome. What do you think of... 3-5, Dawn's a 3-5 profile, amazing. Yeah, we're so different. My 1-3 clients are a trip for me. Yeah. I've lived with a 4-6. Like one of my roommates was a 4-6 one time, and it was insane, our differences. Like, they were always on the phone. They were always hanging out with people or having people come over or like on the phone, and they were kitchens environment too. So like kitchens environment people, they love creating like community and like pacing on phone calls, and like, so living with that, it was like, oh my god. I should have looked at your chart more before I chose to rent this room from you, but that was a trip because I was like, I just want to be alone in my room. Like, I don't know why you always have to be around people. We truly are so different. The lighting is doing some weird shit, TikTok. What are you on? My best friend is a 1-3 and I'm a 1-4. Oh my god, always learning something new and trial and error together, yeah. Three, 5 sacral MG, amazing. Oh, your kitchens? That makes sense. That's awesome. I feel like... No, I've met a kitchens that was a 1-3. And... I don't know that many kitchens environments. Off the top of my head, at least. I know I have a lot in my database. It's so 1-3 of me to have a database of like charts that I research at any time that I need to look up something. Oh, I love being by myself though in my room. It's like this constant push, yeah. I need to be by myself for sure. I mean, yeah, being a projector too. It makes sense. Oh, nice, Thea. I'm a caves also. Nice, Paul. I'm also Libra rising. Ooh, we got another Libra rising. Love it. Viviana. Oh my god, you're also Libra rising magnetic marketing coach. We're out here. The Libra risings are here. I'm a Taurus sun also, but a Sag moon. Environment comes from your human design. I think I have a class on it in my link in bio. I did a whole, like, because it's a deeper part of human design, so your digestion, determination, it's also called environment, cognition, which is like your intuitive ability. Digestion is like how you're supposed to eat. Environment is like the type of place you need to be living, or like how you need to be setting up your house or your room to like support you. Like what type of environments you thrive best in basically is what environment is in human design. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that your variables, that's where it all comes from. So if you pull up your human design chart from my website, astrologyhumandesign.com, and you see those like arrows on either side of your head, those are called your variables. And I did a whole course for the variables. It's called the variables bundle in my link in bio. I think I also have in there like the environments class as a one-off offer that you can just purchase on its own. It is a better deal to get the variables bundle and get everything, but if you just want to learn about environment, I believe it's linked to my bio. Maybe like towards the bottom, but I'm pretty sure it's in there. And yeah, it will tell you what environment is best for you based on your chart. So like I'm a caves environment. I love like where there's like I can see the door. Like this space right now is perfect. It's kind of like a studio. And I can like pull the curtains closed and I can just like be in here in like a literal kind of cave. And I love spaces like that. I've loved living in like one story, single story homes. I've loved living in like lock off basements. I've loved living in like cul-de-sacs, like places where the house is kind of like hidden away from the main road or whatever. Very caves. And then like caves, people also love their cars, and they also love like sitting in booths at restaurants. Like we need to have like a wall behind us. Like there can be no surprises coming from behind, because caves is all about feeling secure in where you are. Yeah, we're all Libra risings. I'm a 4/6 projector, Gemini sun, Sag moon, Scorpio rising. Amazing. Born on a full moon. I feel like there's so many full moon babies on here. Trying to get Brandy HD to start a projector school. Wait, do I know that Brandy are they an ego projector? I'm shook at the amount of projectors. Projectors are actually pretty common. Y'all are like 35% of the population. 33 to 35, but it's like increasing. Maybe closer to 30%. As a case person, I find I prefer being in settings where there's no space, yes, to come up behind me. Absolutely. I have shores environment but live in Nebraska. Yeah, I feel you. I have a lot of shore friends that live in Colorado. It's not about being on water or like it's not about being on a literal beach. It's more than that, which I talked about in the class. But it's just about being on a shore line. Anything can be a shoreline. A line that divides something. So funny because mine is mountains and I love having a view. Environment, like when I learned environment and human design, I was like, there's so much more to this. This is, I was sold on human design. I was like, this is it. I need to learn everything about this system and I need to teach it. Bonsoir, Fizz. Evening. Like you will see me and I will see you coming. Yes, exactly. We need to we need to have our eye on everything around us. Like be in the corner. Full moon too. Ayo, full moon babies. My boyfriend and best friend both are Libra risings. Oh, that's amazing. Interesting with me being a Gemini, I'm curious if shore thing is related. No, it's not. It comes from your variables, which is like separate from your placements in astrology. It maybe could be if you have your north or south node in Gemini, or it could maybe be because your environment comes from your unconscious north and south node and your human design chart. That's like the variable that it comes from. So your variables are connected to there's 4 of them, and they're connected to your conscious and unconscious sun and earth, and your conscious and unconscious north and south node. What would you say for a couple with mountains and valleys? I don't know. Considering finally deep diving into human design after 2 years. Amazing! Well, you are invited to take my human design course if you want to. An invitation can also come from your authority. I say this all the time to projectors as well. Like, your authority is more important than your strategy. You will use your authority much more than you will your strategy. How does sacral beings and projectors work together? That depends. Depends on the context. I have a human design relationship compatibility class that I taught in my private community that walks you through like how to see compatibility between two human design charts. And it also, in that class, I talk about like how to support each type as another type. So like how generators can support projectors and vice versa. Virgo sun rising, Libra moon, Libra Venus. Ooh, I love that. Mine's Aquarius sun, Cancer moon, and Scorpio rising. Oh, okay. Ooh, we got another manifester. Love it, Eva. How did you learn all that you know? Mostly reading and self-taught. Yeah, practical application. Astrology, it was a lot of reading books and just reading people's charts. I think my phone is like literally falling down. Reading books and reading people's charts, experimenting with it. Really, human design was reading the transcripts from Ra, who's the founder of human design. He like lived, breathed, and taught human design from the moment he discovered it until he passed in like 2011. And all of his transcripts and taught human design from the moment he discovered it until he passed in like 2011. And all of his transcripts that he's taught classes, I learned human design from, and then I simplified it and also experimented with it. Like I literally use it in my everyday life. Like I have a database of charts of everyone that I know, and I'll study them and be like, okay, how does this show up in their life? So that's a lot of how I've learned as well, is just practical application and studying the people around me. And experimenting with it myself as well. Sacral people, informing them of where I am with energy helps keep expectations realistic. Okay. I feel like as a sacral, especially as a right being too, like people have to ask kind of like questions in a certain way. And Ra would say this all the time too. He's like, if you ask a right brain person or like a mostly right person, a question and it doesn't like activate their knowledge, because right brains are like, we're like sponges. People who have a lot of right facing arrows, we're like sponges. And that question has to be like phrased in a certain way, or it has to like activate that knowledge that we have absorbed so we can like call on it, if this makes sense. So that's one thing I've noticed too about generators and mani-gens as well, is asking, like phrasing the question, and if it like they hesitate when you ask the question, like phrasing it in a different way. And really generators, especially like if it's a question to like how do I practicalize this? So you have to ask them questions in a way that'll activate their sacral too. So like, do you want tacos tonight? Yes, no. Because that's how the sacral responds. It only responds in like yes or no. So that can be really helpful for working with generators, like helping generators tune into their sacral response. It's asking them yes or no questions. Same with mani-gens. I honestly feel like my relationship with projectors is like I just ask them questions on what I know that they're good at. And then a lot of my projector friends, I feel like they don't even know their human design. They don't really believe in it. But what I've noticed is they'll like invite me to things as well. Like one of my good projector friends, it's so funny because I'll put it out into the ethers. I'll be like, oh, I kind of want to like, have dinner with somebody tonight. And then he'll like call me and be like, and he's a splenic projector. So again, this is why I was saying you have to act on your authority more so than your strategy. splenic projectors, their, you know, splenic authority in general is here to like act on their instincts and do like follow their intuition to do certain things when it feels good. And so my splenic projector friend, like literally the nights I'm like, I want to cook dinner with somebody or have dinner with somebody, he'll call me and be like, hey, do you want to like cook dinner tonight? I'm like, how the fuck did you know that? Yes. As a manifestor, it's one thing to have creative spikes. It's another to have that for group work. I feel like manifestors don't do well in groups. HG and collaboration gets me curious. Yeah, it's so fascinating. Yeah, I would say that fits well, like as manifestor relating to sacral being, like informing them of where you are. I've also found with manifesting generators too, like sometimes you just gotta inform us of certain shit and vice versa. And relating to my manifestor friends, which I have a ton. It's like unprecedented how many manifestors I know. I think I could name like a dozen off the top of my head. But with all of them, I try to like inform them. Like I'll just be like, I'm doing this, or like, I want to see you, or like, I want to get coffee, or like manifestors hate questions. Y'all just hate questions. So, you know, I'll inform them and vice versa. It's really funny though to see people who don't even know about their design like living it. Like my projector friend, he lives it to a T. Doesn't even know about it. Why are you putting the melting emoji with your placements as if they're problems? Like, your placements are your gifts. Like, embrace who you were born as. Like, it's your gift. Pisces Sun, Gemini Moon, Sag Rising. It's giving creative. It's giving like creative writer or entertainer or like. I hate that astrology has been so fucking fear-mongering and demonized. None of it's bad. Leo Sun, Taurus Moon, Cancer Rising. Ooh! Love it. Love it all. Like there are 1,440 different combinations of Sun, Moon, and Rising. Like each one is so deeply, deeply unique. And there's a reason that you were born with that as yours. Take this clip out of my hair. Take care of problems. It's now stuck in my hair. I don't mind questions, just don't question how I say I feel. I see. No, I feel like most of my manifestor friends, I've just learned to like stop asking them questions. And well, I'd say that like over the phone, like over text or over the phone. In person, it's different. Like if it's part of a conversation, like obviously questions are how a conversation can flow. But like when it comes to decisions or making plans or anything like that, no. No. Libra rising, Libra moon, Pisces sun. Ah! It's giving intuitive creative. Aquarius sun, Cancer rising, Pisces moon. Ooh, that's an interesting combination. It's like creative genius. Creative genius. This is kind of fun. Like 2 words to describe your combination. Scorpio moon, or wait, Scorpio sun and rising. Wow, Gemini moon. When my mom, Amanda Jen, tries to make plans with me, she has a bag of options ready. It's helpful. Oh, yeah. Hi, Sandra. You just typed asking for 2 words for Gemini sun. Well, now it's an expectation. When it was just fun and no expectation. But now it's an expectation. I don't like that. As an MG, I'm all over the place. Yeah, same. Welcome to our life. If y'all watch my Instagram stories, I'm all over the place on my Instagram stories. One minute I'm like having a cocktail by the ocean, and then the next I'm like talking about, I don't even know. I'm all over the place on there. Hubby wants to play Virgo Sun, Pisces Moon, Aries Rising. That's complicated. It's getting complicated. Intuitive and complicated. It's common to have... He's complicated, yeah. It's common to have so many unfinished things. Haha, already. Wait, really had to work on reconditioning the guilt. Yeah. No, I feel you. That's like a constant thing for me. I have so many unfinished things. But they'll be finished when they need to be finished, when it's time for them to be finished, when I have learned everything that I need to learn to finish them in divine timing, or they'll never be finished, and that's fine. That's also fine. Y'all MGs are living a whole other world of existence. I love to see it. Yeah, we're in like a different dimension. We're in a different dimension. We're in the future. We're in the future dimension. It's okay, I'm used to rejection, lol. Man, I saw this video the other day on rejection therapy. This girl like did her hair all crazy. It was like on top of her head. Like all of it was like up on top of her head with like bows and everything. And she was like, I'm doing this rejection therapy to like prove to myself that nobody cares what I look like. And even if they do, like it doesn't matter and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's what it's been like learning French in France. That's what it's been like speaking French in France. No, my motivation is guilt too, yeah. But it's not literal. Oh my god, I keep seeing those videos. I can never. That is me right now. Learning, being an American in France, learning to speak French with French people as an American. I'm faced with it all day, every day when I leave the house. I am still in France. Are we all feeling the Mars-Pluto energy? Yes. Yes, we are. Yes. Damn it, my phone charger can't reach where my phone is. Yes, we are. I am in Nice right now. It's very nice. Surfing waves of stars and asteroids until further notice, yeah. Yeah. I always say this when I get a one-on-one session with somebody who's an MG. The best way to say that would be like when an MG books a one-on-one session with me. And in the session, I'm always like, we're MGs. We're in the future. We're in the future in our heads. Like and that's why we're so like impatient and we skip steps, because we're like, it's already done. It's already here. It's already like, what do you mean? What do you mean I have to like do all this stuff first before it gets here? We kind of know. And I also say this about anyone that has Aquarius placements, because I think they're very similar. Tous les mêmes, all the same. Like Aquariuses and MGs have a lot in common in that regard. Like we already are 10 steps ahead. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna skip steps because I'm already done. You know what I mean? Hey, Jasmine. Plus, with the 3-5 profile, I'm done being allergic to mistakes. I feel that. I feel that as a fellow third line. Third line dominant too, yeah. Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's almost 10 o'clock. What happened to the time? Bonsoir. Comment ça va? Bonsoir à tous. Bonsoir à tous. I think I've always been French. Mais maintenant, I'm realizing that. Thank you. Man, Friday night in Nice is poppin'. I think there's a lot going on in the street. Oui, en baguette et croissant. Je vais prendre en baguette de croissant et en café crème. J'aime beaucoup de café crème. Oui. Ouais, c'est ça. C'est ça. C'est vrai. Tu as raison. J'aime l'omelette du fromage. Ouh, moi aussi. J'aime beaucoup de quiche et salade. Je mange beaucoup de quiche et salade. Je mange beaucoup de quiche et salade. Did I say forte? Strong? Is that what that means? I'd have to close out the app to open translate. Or wait, can I translate the comment? I can. Merci beaucoup. Merci. Wait. Merci. Très mignon. Ouais. Merci. Thank you. It's my 6th week here. Je suis ici pour plus 3 semaines. Je sais pas if I said that right, but stay with us. Yeah, I don't know about the small spaces. I don't know about that. I do love all the boulangerie. I'm gonna miss that a lot. And all the pastries and all the sweet things and le goûter. J'adore le goûter. That'll be fun. I do need to learn the French astrology, but I'm barely at conversational level. I don't know how to say Venus. Je sais pas. Je sais pas parler en français. Je sais pas parler les mots. Je sais pros. Oh, that's a hard word for me. Poisson. Bye, Zuri. Merci beaucoup. Bonsoir. Au revoir. Ah, Venus. Venus? I need to learn the alphabet. Oh, wait. Pisces is poisson. That's a hard word. C'est très difficile. Oh là là. Poisson. In French class, I would just say the English in a French accent. I wouldn't know. I've been doing that with people that don't like their English. They say their English isn't very good. and they only understand a little bit of English. So I've been like doing that, and it's helped. It's crazy. A lot of words are the same, but a lot of words that you would think are the same are not. And then the French have a lot of words that are the same word for a lot of different things. But then there's like some words that have like multiple words for the same thing. So like party has like 3 different words. Like there's fête, there's soirée, there's fiesta, there's those are the 3 words for party. And then for soup, there's like 10 different words for soup. But then like I was asking this guy, because I was like, oh, like je vais prendre le ça, and it was like this little bread, and I was like, c'est très mignon, like, and he was like, oh, he said in French like tasty and cute, and I was like, what is the word for tasty en français? And he was like, bon, and I was like, but bon means like so many different things, like. Yeah, French is hard. Honestly, the first time I said an English word with a French accent, it was on accident, because this lady, I was on the train, and this lady next to me, she kept speaking to me in French, and I knew some of what she was saying, and I could say some things to her, so maybe she thought I could speak French, which is fooled a lot of people. But then I'm like, this is bad because I don't know what y'all are saying to me after a certain point. So she needed to like charge her like whatever, and the plug was on my side of the seat, and so I plugged it in for her, and then I like went to go get food, and I came back and she had like taken it from the plug, and she was like, oh, merci, and I was like, de rien, and she was like, I was like, oh, is it finished? And I was like, it was like fini. And she was like, what? And I was like, I said like, is it done, in a French accent? And then she was like, oh yeah, and I was like, but I did on accent. It was so funny. It does work. Have I had good experiences with French people? Yeah, no, I have a lot. I was really shocked, honestly, hearing all the bad stories, but I think people just come here without knowing what French culture is like, and I did a lot of research on it, so I just understand that people aren't overly nice like they are in the US, so yeah, I haven't been taking their, anything they do personally, because it's just the culture, but my like interactions with people have, for the most part, been really great. I've only had one experience that wasn't great, and I just think she was just like over it and didn't want to be doing what she was doing, so but yeah, everyone's been great, everyone's been really kind. Thanks. The grammar melted my brain cells, future past. Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. I've seen some videos on TikTok, but I don't remember it, so I can't really speak that yet. Gemini, Mars, and Venus had to act quick, yeah. I have an Aries Mars, but my Gemini Venus is really coming in handy on the like quick adaptations to stuff when people are just saying things to me that I don't know. Like earlier today, and in the South, they speak French differently than like Parisians do, which I didn't really notice until today when I was at this bakery, and this girl, like I'm at the point where I can speak ordering at a bakery or anywhere, really, like cafe, restaurant, bakery, all in French. But she said something to me, and I was like, she was like, oh, like for here, to go, and I didn't recognize what she said for here. But I heard like emporter, which is to go, and I was like, do the Southern French people have like a different word for like sur place, which is like for here in French, and what I'm used to people asking me in Paris. But so I didn't understand that. But context clues. I've learned my adaptability has risen. Because before, if someone said like something I didn't fully understand, I would have been like, what? Or like, I wouldn't have said what, but I would have been like, sorry. And then they would have started speaking to me in English. But now I've adapted, and I can pick up on what I hear from what they say, and I can still respond in French. Oh, it's the accent? Okay. Yeah, I've heard that I have a few friends that live in Paris, and they were telling me that in the South people speak differently, and I was like, okay. I haven't really heard it until today. But I don't even know if it said sur place or not. But I was just like, sur place, oui. And then we continue to have the conversation in French. Different at francophonic locations, yeah. Thanks, Sandra. Or Sandra, I don't know. Taurus, lots of Taurus. I'm also a Taurus sun. Love it. Taurus, lots of Taurus. I'm also a Taurus sun. Love it. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been a learning experience. I mean, it's like the U.S. Southerners in the U.S. speak a whole different. They speak way different. Oui, just say sur place versus emprunté, but she said something different. She didn't say sur place, unless her accent was so strong that it didn't sound like sur place. Hi from Rome. Hi from Nice. I don't know Canadian French. I didn't take French in school or anything, so I don't know it. I know it is different, like the Québécois. Québécois, c'est différent de français. I'm a Cap Sun, Gemini, Moon, Virgo, Rising. What do you think? I think you think a lot. That's what I think. I think you think a lot. D'accord, mais c'est ça. Je sais pas how to say that in français. Hey Danielle Nicole, Leo Sun Sag Rising. Aqua Moon Manifesting Generator. Ooh, that's fun. So born on a full moon, love that. What is MDR? Is that Merde? Is that short for Merde? Merde. Love that I caught a catch alive. Hey Steph! Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, see, I don't know how to say past tense. Like, I've been here for 6 semaines. I've been over here for 6 weeks, and then before I came here, I moved. That was a whole thing. So I don't think I've been on live since like August. Oh, MDR means monterie. Dead from laughing, which is the equivalent of LOL. Oh, that makes sense. That makes so much sense now. I get it. That's cool. Monterie. Hi. I had a good day. It was chill. The sun came out just in time for sunset, and I went and had a cocktail on the water and some olives and watched the sunset on the sea. And ouais, c'est bon. The slang is always changing, yeah. Yeah, it was a good day. I'm glad I like didn't do too much because the energy has been really chaotic. Learning proper French can be awkward for normal convos. No, literally. There's been so many funny videos I've seen of that where people are like, oh, when you first get to Paris, like you say je ne sais pas, and then like after a week in Paris, you say is je sais pas, and then like after 2 weeks you say, I don't know if I'm regurgitating it right because I'm multitasking, but you say like je sais pas, and then eventually just adopt the mouth fart, which is like but yeah, no, hardly anyone uses formal French. I have noticed that like Paris slang is much different than how they speak down here in the South. No, I don't want to go live with anyone. Stop asking me. I've never been to Nice. Would you recommend it? Yeah. Depends on what you want to do. It's a great city. I've been here for almost a week, and I probably wouldn't spend this long here unless you want to go like other places around, because like people told me before I came, but I had to experience it because I'm a 1-3 profile. It is great to as like a central base if you want to go to other places in the Riviera. Like Antibes. I was in Antibes for a week, and I love Antibes, but it is a lot of families. It's really quiet, but I found my spots that I loved, and I personally like prefer that to just like be in a small little town. And this is why I love where I live in Colorado, because it's like small little town, tight-knit community, know my spots that I love, and I found those on Antibes. And yeah, so Nice is good if you like, I mean, it's probably hot in the summer. I can't even imagine. It's been like pretty hot here this week to me, but it's nice for swimming. The beaches are rocky. They're not, it's all like pebbles and rocks. It's not sand. So you'd need like, if you want to do like multiple beach days, you'd probably need like shoes for it, because it hurts my feet personally. But there's a lot going on. It is like a city with lots to do, and it's much bigger than the other towns around, so that's why it's good as like a central location to travel to other places from. But yeah, I really like it here. If you are in Nice right now, you should take the train and spend a day in Menton. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was looking at doing that, and I probably will. But I'm going to be in Cannes starting on Monday. And I was thinking I'll probably get bored of Cannes. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't been there, so I don't know what it's going to be like. If I'll get bored of it or not. But I'll be there for like over a week. And I might travel to other places when I'm there, because I really didn't want to do it while I was here. For whatever reason. I'm in rest mode this week. Depends on what you want to rant about. I mean, I don't know if this is the place, depending on what you want to rant about. You've done so much exploring. Love that for you. Yeah, I have. I'm kind of over it now. No, I'm in France. Oh my god, Slay, so idyllic. Idyllic? Yeah. I'm in France right now, and I go back to Paris in 2 weeks. I'm really excited to go back to Paris. There's just so much to do in Paris. Like, there's so much to see. There's so much to do. Like, I'm so excited to be back. But down here, it just feels more chill. It feels more just like slow life, beach life, chill. It's much warmer than Paris. I mean, it's like 6 hours away. So, but it is kind of crazy how drastically different the weather is, and it's only 6 hours. Lots of Silicon Valley peeps in south of France. Oh, interesting. Are you looking to work and travel? No, probably not. Hey from the UK. Hey from France. What do you think is the biggest transit? I mean, can we add some context to that? Like, in the next month, in the next 6 months, in the next year. The big transits are never going to end. They don't end. I've never visited the south of France, but the people in Paris were surprisingly nice. Yeah, totally. I've had the same experience. Despite not speaking French. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I feel like even when I didn't want to speak French with people, I didn't know what they were saying to me in French, so then we just started speaking English, like, they were nice. I only had, like, a couple people not know how to speak English, and they were nice about it, and that, like, pulled the French out of me, where I, like, had to speak French with them because they didn't speak any other language. So then I was like, oh shit, I have to, like, find a way to communicate. But I honestly needed it because it taught me that I know a lot more French than I have given myself credit for. Thank you. And the next few months, everyone's talking about 2025 is a major year. It is, yeah. I mean, I'll be doing a deep dive into 2025. There's so much about 2025 that I'd be here for another 6 hours if we open that can of worms right now. I'll be doing a deep dive in my private community. Me personally, I think the Saturn North Node conjunction is going to be big next year. It'll be in Pisces. And then we'll have the Jupiter square Saturn transit again 2 more times. That's what comes to my head right now. I don't know how to answer that question, Jordan. Follow your human design authority. Follow your human design authority. And probably do it under Pluto and Aquarius. Get your human design chart from my website, astrologyhumandesign.com. Get a personalized interpretation for $25. It will tell you all about your chart. Look for authority. That's how you're meant to make decisions and know when you're meant to act on something. Catherine says, I'm a Cancer sun and rising with a Virgo moon. Ooh, okay. Gotta watch the givingness in you and give to yourself. Don't forget to give to yourself. Oh my god, not the nodes in my 1st and 7th house. Yeah, they've been in mine for a year. So, a year, 14 months, 16 months? I feel you. Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate that. That makes my moon in the 26th gate very happy. As a Libra North Node, I'm so ready for it to move away. Yeah, the nodal opposition was tough. That was one of the toughest times. 27 is a hard age. 27, 28. Hey King Piscean. Alright, well I gotta go because I gotta find food. So, and now it's almost 10:30. I love y'all. Thanks for being here. Check out my website. Check out my links in bio. Bon voyage. Merci beaucoup. Bonsoir. Au revoir. Thanks for being here. I love y'all. See you next time. Au revoir.